our mics, and now we are live. And we're on the internet. Guys,
Yay,
hello.
we did it.
We did it. It was a bit of a challenge, and Drawpile decided to wait till the last minute to tell us there was an update. But we managed to power through it, and we're here.
We just had to spam the website. It's fine.
We just spammed the heck out of that website.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
So, welcome to Demiplanes and Doodles, everyone. Let us know how our audio sounds, because I was told I needed to fix some things, so hopefully it's okay. If not, then I was lied to. Jesus. So,
Jesus is lying to us.
He's always lying to me. It's just how he is. Just that beautiful man just loves to lie to me. Alright, so, what are we here for today?
Monsters.
Monsters. We're talking about monsters today. The good old monsters.
Monster chat. Oh, I was gonna say, that's not how you spell that.
That's 100% how Wes spells everything.
Okay, that Wes can't spell.
No, he can't. No, he cannot. Which, fun fact, one of my plans for next session, I'm gonna get Wes to buy a book. Oh my god, Alexa, why? Why did you pop up? Why did you do that? Go away, you awful thing. This session is not sponsored by Amazon.
Bro, I wish it was.
I wish. One of these days we're going to be sponsored and it's going to be beautiful. All right, I'm trying to get her to go away forever. Okay. I hope that means she's gone. Because I don't know what I'm doing half the time with technology. So, yeah.
Should we do shoutouts?
Shout out. Yeah, let's start with our shoutouts while I get prepared and get all my notes ready for monsters.
So, monsters. Shout out to Talon and Claw.
Yeah, shout out to Talon and Claw.
Yeah, they make some awesome dice vaults, and I really want one of those DM screens. Like, so bad.
Oh my
god!
But
also, I don't play D&D like with a group of live people, so it would just kind of be like a little fortress.
But yeah, just imagine you're using it as a little fortress to just talk to people around. It's actually a really nice buffer. I feel more confident behind a DM screen than anything else. It's easier than talking face to face with someone.
But it looks really nice. I'm going to get one eventually. So I'm waiting for like a really bougie cut of wood.
I mean, they have some really nice cuts of woods. I'm really a fan.
They've got some purple ones that I want.
I am a sucker for Purple Heart, and I 100% have a Purple Heart dice hex dual hex vault, one of theirs. Yeah, so they do DM screens. They do dice vaults. I have the dual hex, which means you can store 2 sets of dice in and a mini in the middle, or 3 sets of dice if you don't have a mini and you just really like dice. They have the Council of 7, where it fits like a whole set. They now have a Council of 11. I'll be honest, I don't know how many dice that fits, but that's a lot of dice, and it's really nice looking. And
she's like, I want it.
I want it. I need to store my dice in wonderful wooden vaults because they look so pretty.
But yes,
and so they do custom logos too.
You all have a code. You get percentage off.
Yeah, do it.
Link's down below.
Link is down below. Oh no, I don't think I see you. Hold it. Wait, I don't see you drawing. Are you drawing stuff?
No.
No, you're not? Okay.
Now I am.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. For a second, I thought you weren't on it. I was like, oh no. I'm alone.
We have failed.
No. Drawpile has succeeded.
Also, shout out to our patrons over at the Alistair comic.
Yeah.
Squad. We love you. Thank you for being here.
The Alistair Squad.
Yep. Vic and I are making a little webcomic about these 2 righteous bros.
2 righteous bros. 1 paladin bro and 1 barbarian bro. And they are going to save the world together. Maybe. Sort of. I guess.
They're going to try.
It's a work in progress.
Yes.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Oh my God.
Again, link below.
Yes. Links are all down below. We also have a merch store. We plan to have some Alistair merch out soon. We're working on that. So that you can tote the wonderful bros around together on your...
It's going to be
Bodies.
Awesome. I will be first on that.
Yes, me. I will be second then. What other shout-outs do we have? Is that it? Is that all we do?
I think so.
Oh man. Right, so
Monsters.
Let's get into it. I have my notes pulled up, and by notes I mean not Wikipedia. No, never. So
I actually have the book.
You're so much
I have
better
the
at this
monster
than
manual.
me. You have the actual monster manual.
So let me read to you what the monster manual says a monster actually is.
And I will draw
Because
some monsters.
that is something that I want to debate.
Yes, let's debate that.
A monster is defined by any creature that can be interacted with and potentially fought and killed. That is a very broad term.
That is very broad.
Because creature doesn't mean animal. It just means, like, an entity.
Yeah, yeah.
As far as, like, spells go, at least. Like, if it says creature, it could mean a person.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we're all creatures, technically.
Exactly. Even something as harmless as a frog or as benevolent as a unicorn is a monster by its definition. The term also applies to humans, elves, dwarves, and other civilized folk who might be friends or rivals to the player characters. Most of the monsters that haunt the D&D world, however, are threats and are meant to be stopped. Rampaging demons, conniving devils, soul-sucking undead, summoned elementals, the list goes on.
Conniving devils, you say?
Conniving devils.
Conniving
Hey.
devils.
Sup. But yeah, so pretty much a monster is anything. Is
Literally,
what I'm gathering here.
So I'm a monster.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we got that off the table.
Let us be known.
I am a monster.
We are being told that we sound gritty.
We sound gritty? Oh no, that might be my internet. I am very sorry for that. I am currently in a new location, and that location being my parents' house. So the internet is a little meh. So I do apologize.
Oh, you do sound gritty.
I do sound
I can
gritty.
hear it now too.
I don't know if that is that a Discord thing? Wait,
it might be a mic thing.
Oh no. Let me double check my mic real quick. As I fondle the mic, I'm sorry. Let me mute real quick.
Are we still connected audio-wise to the Twitch stream?
We are still connected audio-wise. I just unmuted us because we were trying to figure out how to deal with this. We might.
Yeah, you're still talking.
Yeah, I think that's just going to be a constant thing, and I really apologize because I'm pretty certain it's my internet, and because we're hosting off my internet, it's gonna sound kind of weird. So we're gonna try to power through this and hope maybe it goes away. You guys are connected, and Lynn sounds pixelated. No, not Lynn. No, you sounded fine there. Your wails of pain sounded very fine to me.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I think you sound a little better. All right, so monsters. Definition of monster being anything that I guess can be encountered and killed.
Great.
So, what kind
that really
of
doesn't narrow it down.
No, it really does. It's a very broad topic to cover, but luckily they have it kind of sorted out into categories from what I see.
Did you know an Arakakwa is an enemy? A monster?
Yeah,
it's the very first thing in the monster manual.
Yeah, I have the original Dungeons and Dragons books, and it is Burbo. Unfortunately, Burbo is a monster, and he is literally listed under the first monster in the manual as an enemy. So unfortunately, our good Burbo boy.
So are angels.
Yeah, angels, fae creatures are also considered.
Well, that's disappointing.
They are evil, as I signify with the evil mustache.
I like it.
Yes.
So, what are your thoughts on creatures that can think for themselves being considered a monster?
That takes me all the way back to ye old 8th grade, where we all read a very, I don't know if anyone's heard of this book. It was a very long time ago. Very obscure piece of fiction. It was called Frankenstein. And
Well done.
it was this very obscure piece of fiction called Frankenstein. And I remember sitting there and reading through the book, and normally people don't have fun when they're having to read classical literature. I actually had a good time reading that book and being kind of mad about it. And then we had to write a whole thesis about what differentiates Dr. Frankenstein from his creation, who's truly the monster in this scenario, and yada yada yada. The whole, is man born good or corrupted evil, or is man always born corrupt, or some shit like that. So that's always a fun topic, and that also falls into our alignment talk that we had on the Monday before, where we're talking about it. Are things inherently evil, or do they just kind of fall that way? Oh no, what's happening over here?
What makes a monster and what makes a man? That's
Yes.
a song from the musical of Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
It's very good. You should really check it out.
Oh man, I've never heard of that movie. I should really watch that.
Oh, it's so depressing.
Oh, is it? Oh no. I don't know if I'm ready for depressing things.
I've had enough, thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm not sorry, by the way, for Monday.
No.
Not sorry.
Oopsies.
Whoops. Okay, so
how
yeah.
dare. So logically speaking, anything's a monster, right?
Yeah, so technically humans are a monster too. I mean, they're just not in
Literally,
the monster manual.
Then why put them, like, I don't understand why that is.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I get it, like, in a philosophical kind of way, but I don't understand it in, like, the term, I guess.
I guess it's just a term that I would say stuck around for a while because Dungeons and Dragons was created a very, very, very long time ago. Monsters. And it was just being as it was, the whole my idea of it is, being as it was back then, it was very easy to just kind of slot things into a box and just call it a day.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. It's, just it. I guess it just falls in with the, like, kind of like classic fantasy novel style, where it was like the 80s power fantasies for most people, where you had, and in a way it kind of also falls into kind of like the old legends that would always be told, where you have, well, at least I'm gonna say for Western folklore, because it's more prevalent in Western folklore than I've read in the few things that I've read for other folklore, but at least for Western European, there's always the whole you have the brave knight in shining armor who rides off and goes to kill a dragon, and he's seen as a hero, and the dragon is a monster because that dragon happens to kidnap princesses, and so we must deem that dragon as evil. And that is a whole theology talk, because technically the dragon's supposed to equate to the devil or something, and the shining knight being I think Michael or something. I think that's what it was. Or St. George. Was it St. George? I don't know. I don't remember. I am not qualified to teach history. I am, however, qualified to teach art. So
there.
Ah, he's beautiful. There's my shining knight. He's my hero. Wait, hold on.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
Yes. Beautiful.
I love it, thank you.
Alright, so should we get into monster types? Or at least the
Yes.
categories that we have? There's so many categories. Oh my god.
So I drew my druid down here.
I see your druid. He's a good boy. I like that druid.
So when he turns into a deer,
A der.
does that make him a monster?
By D&D standards.
Before or after?
I accidentally erased some of his hair.
Oh no.
That's a good deer. I like that deer.
Thank you.
He's so majestic.
I really should make him in his deer form when I get a chance.
No, do it. Definitely.
I've yet to do that.
This is a great picture to have out of context in any conversation. Be like, hey, what do you guys do on that stream of yours? Yes.
This.
Exactly this.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and save that real quick. Yeah, so by D&D mechanics, yes, your druid then becomes a creature. And that creature is a monster, because that monster can be in an encounter to be slain by the heroes of this story.
That's horrifying. I don't like that. He's not a monster at all.
I mean, we could also get into more, oh no, he's gone. I was trying to save that, Lynn.
Oh, hold on. There.
God damn it, Lynn. It takes my computer a minute, I'm sorry. Wish I could have that newfangled high-speed internet.
So I'm reading through this
right,
monster manual right here.
Wait. Alright, I can go away.
There's a rug of smothering.
Yes, I love the rug of smothering. That is one of my favorite tools to use in Dungeons & Dragons, and don't think too much into what I just said.
Cool. Won't think about that. I meant to tell you the story about the bullywug.
Yeah, speaking of frogs. I don't know if anybody saw our promotional material on any of our social medias, but I drew Grayson as a bullywug with his husbando as a devil toad, so that was a thing.
I love it, thank you.
Hey, Jeremiah's in here. Hello, Jeremiah. We're talking about monsters.
And before you say anything, we know our mics are all effed.
Yeah, we really know the mics sound bad. It's an internet issue, and there's nothing that I can do about it, unfortunately. Except pay for better internet.
But why would you do that when you not live there?
Exactly. This is a temporary thing. Excuse me while I crack open a cold one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so bullywugs.
Mm-hmm.
So this goes back to his old campaign. And Grayson had a little encounter with one of them. And basically, the long and short of it is he got swallowed immediately.
Oh my god!
Like top of the turn, this giant frog just eats him, and he stays inside of this frog for the duration as he was almost being digested. I greatly appreciate. Oh no!
Oh god!
Not the hair.
Not the hair.
So if you can imagine, he got completely devoured too. So he was like in this frog's stomach, and then luckily he was making death saving throws, I think, because he was like suffocating.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yes. So he was making his death saving throws, and luckily just enough time our fighter kills him off, and they had to literally cut him out.
Oh my goodness.
And he just comes out of the frog and he's like, I do not like that.
Oh no, poor guy.
And that's when we knew that Grayson was not into vor.
Noted. So you heard it here.
he like emerged like covered in slime and like
Oh.
bile, and he's just like, I
Not-
did not like that.
Did not like that. That was not arousing at all. Oh my god. That's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing that.
So like for some reason Bullywugs show up, he's gonna have like horrific flashbacks to like a dream or something.
Oh my god. Scribbles down notes.
No.
Wait, let me finish this drawing.
Bad times. Let me see if I can look into monster right now and find my favorite monster.
Yeah, what is your favorite monster, Lynn? Let's talk about favorite monsters.
I found yours. Yours showed up pretty quickly.
Oh, did it now?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's spooky. Let me see if I can find it.
There we go. This is going to be what's going to happen in the later games.
Oh no! Okay. I'll draw my favorite monster.
All right.
Let's see if you can figure out what it is. It'll be very easy.
I'm going to erase this without saving it because we're going to let the Bullywug story be a special treat for only here, and it'll be a mystery everywhere else.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Until it happens again in game. What?
Dimensions suck.
Dimensions do
You don't
suck.
know what this.
Oh, I know exactly
If you don't know what this is,
I know exactly what that is. Oh,
you don't know what this is.
This is a tried and true D&D favorite.
Yes.
So let's talk about mimics then.
I friggin' love mimics.
Let's talk about mimics. How far can you go with a mimic? I would say as a monster.
As far as your imagination can go.
Okay, so I don't remember. This was like probably like it could have been recently. It could have been forever. I don't know. Mental health makes memory a weird thing. Anyway, so I remember being in conversation with somebody. It might have been you, and it might have been Jesus. It might have been everyone at once. But mentioning making a mimic, and the mimic being actually a ghost ship on the sea.
Oh, I think that was me.
Yeah, that was probably okay. That was you then.
Yeah, I think that was me. If not, then you had that conversation with multiple people.
I probably.
Which is fine.
I'm pretty sure it was with you then. I'm pretty confident in that fact. Okay.
I just thought of something very scary.
Okay, I'm gonna read chat real quick. It says
my DM had a mimic which was pretending to be a bridge.
Oh my god, I love it. So, okay, here's again a counter idea. So the bridge is a mimic. There's also a troll, and your three little tieflings are the party members.
Oh. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I 100% on this.
I love that mimic. I love all the eyes on it. Mimics are so gnarly.
They're fun.
They're fun, and they just make everyone paranoid, and it's a great tool to use.
I just had a terrible idea, and I'm afraid to tell you what it is because I'm afraid you're going to do it.
Okay, because I was about to say out loud that I never, as a DM, for some reason, I always have a mental block, and I never use mimics.
What if you make Grayson's boots into mimics?
Oh my god!
Wearable mimic.
His boot. Wait, he takes his boots off?
No. He like, I don't know how he does it, but he manages to take his pants off, but not the boots.
That's a skill. I think he probably has like snap away pants or something.
Oh,
that is
very on brand for him.
They're Velcro. They're Velcro pants.
Okay, this is like one of the best mimics I've ever made. And
that's a very good mimic. You should just go all the way with it.
What else should I put on it? I don't know what else to do with it.
Color it, line it.
Give me layers, fool.
Oh god, is it me that's doing this? I thought it was you.
Is it me? Oh hell, it is me.
Oh my god! Wow, demanding.
Listen, I'm still in Grayson mode, okay?
Let's see. There were two bridges, and one was a mimic. It freaked people out. Oh my god. The mod is on DM's Guild. It's named Ooze there. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that later, because I like making random objects into mimics, and I think that would be so much fun. What other mimics could we make? Because I know
besides boots?
Boot mimics. Oh god, poor Grayson.
Just make a wardrobe.
Oh no, not the wardrobe.
The wardrobe mimic.
I
You just need to have just a random room.
Tabitha, don't give me ideas.
No, I'm just saying just a room. Everything's a mimic.
So Beast's Castle is... So technically, by default, Beast's Castle is a castle full of mimics.
Son of a bitch.
Weapon mimics, armor mimics. I like boot mimics for sure. Grayson's
Anything
poor.
wearable. Don't do that. Why would you? Oh, okay. Do you know the item, the bag of devouring?
Yeah. Oh, do I know of the bag of devouring, Lynn?
We had one at one point. But,
I have a story to tell about that, but go ahead.
Are those beasts?
No, it is a wondrous item, I believe.
I know, but it's still a creature.
I will Google that for you real quick. You draw that mimic. Jeremiah, don't say anything. Don't say anything, Jeremiah. I'm going to tell the story. I am going to tell this story, and it's going to be wonderful because I love telling this story. And it's all on Twitch, too. Well, it's not on Twitch, but it's on YouTube now. And the video's there, so you can watch us do this thing as I tell this story. It's fantastic. I just don't remember what episode it is. Okay, so back.
We had a bag of devouring that I gave my players, and they named it Baggy.
Baggy!
And Lord, did they love that thing.
We didn't have ours for that long. It was great.
They also had a bag that if you put money in, it would like multiply the money.
Oh my god.
And they also figured out if you put a dead body in it, it starts regenerating parts.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm a weird DM.
Okay.
I like making up my own crap.
Alright, so let me, technically, well, it's considered a wondrous item by mechanics, but in the description, it's called a creature.
So it's a monster.
Okay, technically. It just doesn't have stats. Okay, so this bag, superficially, resembles a bag of holding, but is a feeding orifice, I love that word, for a gigantic extra-dimensional creature. Turning the bag inside out closes the orifice. Good to know that. The extra-dimensional creature attached to the bag can sense whatever is placed inside the bag. Animal or vegetable matter placed wholly in the bag is devoured and lost forever. When a part of a living creature is placed in the bag, as happens when someone reaches inside, there's a 50% chance that the creature is pulled inside the bag. A creature inside the bag can use its action to try to escape with a successful DC 15 strength check. Another creature can use its action to reach into the bag to pull a creature out, doing so with a successful DC 20 strength check, provided it isn't pulled into the bag first. Any creature that starts its turn inside the bag is devoured, its body destroyed. Inanimate objects can be stored in the bag, which can hold a cubic foot of such material. However, once each day, the bag swallows any objects inside it and spits them out into another plane of existence. The DM determines the time and plane. If the bag is pierced or torn, it is destroyed, and anything contained within it is transported to a random location on the astral plane. So, here's my story about the bag of holding.
The bag of devouring.
Yes. I'm 100% yes. Bag of devouring. Thank you.
Yep, got
Words
you.
are hard. So, all right. It was the very beginning of the Sacred World campaign. Yeah, Tadpole. I'm confused about it too. It says it's a creature in description, but technically it's a wondrous item. So, I guess it's a gateway to the creature. There's no stats for it, so technically it's not a monster. So, okay, story about the bag of devouring. It was the very beginning of the Sacred World campaign for us, for me, Tabitha, and Jeremiah, who is Cowerbow in chat. So we started out in a small town that was in that had some sapphire mines, and we after kind of delving through our first dungeon, it was the mines. We fought a Drider. It was like our first boss fight. And one of the items that we ended up collecting in the dungeon, which for discretion, our DM rolls randomly. So he doesn't pick. He doesn't pick and choose what items he thinks would go. Everything that he does, he rolls randomly from a list, and whatever we get is what we get. So, which I think some DMs do it like that as well. But, so we ended up with a bag of devouring. We didn't have it identified as a bag of devouring yet. It was just described as a bag with a weird face on it. And it was very explicitly described to us as having kind of like a frowny face, as the bag of devouring does have.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, okay, me as a player and somebody who's played a while, I'm like, that doesn't sound like a bag of holding. I'm a little skeptic about this thing. So we travel around with it for a bit. We don't really do anything with it because I think we all kind of knew, and we're like, I don't know about this. So we never really put anything in the bag. We just had it on us. And then there came a time where we were traveling to a small town. We had to help these people out. There was a hill giant stealing their cows, or like, I think they're aurochs. I think that's what they were. They had these aurochs, and I hear music. What's happening? I think that's... Okay, I'm so confused. This is spending time in my parents' house, I swear. Random things happen. Okay, so there was a hill giant, and he was capturing this poor village's aurochs. And the aurochs, they were all being kept in like this little like paddock area. Let me finish drawing teeth on this mimic. There. Those are some scary mimics. So we ended up finding it. We found the hill giant, and there was going to be a point where we had to fight it alongside. There was also like a dire wolf or an ice wolf or something. I don't remember the actual name of it, but it was like a giant wolf that breathed ice. And so we were basically given a chance to, we saw we were going to fight this hill giant. We then went on break, like our 15-minute break for stream. And the whole group just kind of gathered together around the table while the DM was out of the room. And we're like, okay, let's think of ideas about how to kill this thing, because we're not that high of a level. It's a hill giant. We're very scared. So I don't remember where it originated. And Tabitha, you can correct me if I don't know for sure. But we had like two plans. The first plan...
we did.
I don't remember who started what plan, but I remember the first plan was we had a baby Medusa with us that we saved from the mines. And we're like, so what if we like strap this child to West, and he runs at the hill giant, and the hill giant just happens to look at the baby and gets petrified? Let's see if that worked. That was an idea. That was a plan, and it was a terrible one.
That was Plan Clash of the Titans.
That was Plan Clash of the Titans. Yeah, we had a name for these plans. The second plan, was
Plan Yeet.
It was Plan what?
Yeet.
Plan Yeet. So this is Plan Yeet.
Yes.
We, so it might have been my idea, because I think only West could come up with this bullshit.
The best and worst one.
I know.
Jeremiah confirms.
The best and worst one. Yeah. So I feel like I came up with it because only West could come up with this plan, and me and West share the same brain cell. So, I was like, okay, we have a bag of devouring, guys. What if we give the bag of devouring to our rogue, Carabao? And I take our rogue, Carabao, and I throw him at the hill giant.
Keep also in mind, during this time, Aurea had casted Entangled on the hill giant.
No, you did not. Wait, no, did you? No, you did.
Yes,
you did. That's right. I remember you casted Entangled twice. That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so he was already entangled. He couldn't move. Also, Carabao had thrown like a cloud of fog at it. So it was like there was a cloud of fog, and it could only see like above its like chin, or like we could see the giant like from above the chin. So it was technically obscured, but not. And so for some reason we decided to go with Plan Yeet. So the plan goes, everybody's engaged with the with the ice wolves, and I, as West, am like, okay, I'm gonna rage, I'm gonna pick up Carabao, and I'm gonna start hauling ass to the giant. And like it took a couple turns, and I got maybe I think I was like 80 feet from the giant at this point. It was a ridiculous amount of feet to throw a living person, no matter how strong West was.
Yes.
And so we get so I get about 80 feet, and it's my turn. And she's just like, all right, what's West's action? And I look at him and I'm like, I'm going to throw Carabao. And then this was like, I think the first time he's ever done this. He's like, all right, hold on. We're pausing this game right now. What the fuck are you doing?
At the same time,
like,
I remembered
what the fuck are you doing?
He said that you would have to roll with disadvantage, but West was also raging.
Yeah, so basically what happened was he paused it. He's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I explained as West as best as I could. I'm going to take my friend and I'm going to throw him at the hill giant. Because we have a bag of devouring and we're going to shove it on his head.
As you do.
As you do. And he's like, all right, so here's the thing. Realistically, you're 80 feet from this giant. So you're gonna be rolling with disadvantage because you're throwing a whole person, and Carabao is not, a tiny elf. Carabao was a pretty hefty boy. He was very strong. So there was like a whole math session. It's like, Jeremiah, it's like, well, Carabao, how much do you weigh? And it's like, oh, Carabao weighs about this much. Okay. West, your strength is 18. All right. So you're rolling with disadvantage. Okay, but I'm raging. Okay, so you're just doing a flat roll. So I roll for it. I rolled a fucking natural 20.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. And so I successfully throw Carabao.
You see my reaction to that video of literally screaming, oh my god.
Yeah, Tabitha screamed, oh my lord. And so I threw Carabao, and then it's up to Carabao to succeed on his athletics check, which I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
And then, Yeah, so basically, he succeeded on his acrobatics check to kind of throw himself the rest of the way. And then Jesus rolled for the hill giant's strength check on the bag of devouring. And it failed.
It had a roll disadvantage because of entangle.
Yeah, it rolled disadvantage because of entangled. And so you see this moment where both Carabao and the giant disappear into the cloud of fog. And there was like this whole moment where we're like, oh fuck, the bag took Carabao. And it was like this moment, and we were waiting, and we were waiting. And then it's like, and then
did we just sacrifice a party member?
Yeah, did we just sacrifice a party member for this hill giant?
Nah, y'all did that later.
No, hey. Hey.
That was technically Jeremiah's idea, so.
Jeremiah, I love him very much. Yeah, so we, and so and he disappeared, and then the cloud parted, and then we see Carabao poke his head up, and he's alive and well, and the giant is gone. And then there's a moment where the bag of devouring spits a whole arm out.
Ugh.
And it's just oozing blood, and then Jesus is like, and then the bag breaks, and it's gone forever, and that's it.
You guys are not allowed to have this anymore.
It's like you're not allowed to have this anymore. I'm taking this away forever. I think it was like he rolled and the bag got pierced or something. So that's what happens, and we're like, okay,
that's what I told you.
That's what the DM always says. Yeah, so that's our story with the bag of devouring.
No, my players were a lot kinder to their bag. It was like a pet to them at that point. It was adorable. They named it and they fed it and they loved it. It was very cute.
Aw, that's so cute. I wish we could have treated our bag that nicely.
They named him Baggy. It was adorable.
That's so cute.
Best friends moment. Alright,
I'm gonna read chat. Okay, I had a very rude player try to put a bag of devouring over an NPC's head because he was rude to me, and that was the worst thing. I said no to him. As you should, because that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Yeah, I'm not into murder hobo parties. Yes, Jeremiah.
I'm not either.
Hill giant.
Jeremiah just went, hey, we fed it with a hill giant.
We did. We treated it very well to its last meal, and then it died forever. I don't know why Grayson's arms are doing that, but he's very stressed about this. Mimic's taking his boots.
He is very stressed, thanks.
He's just stressed.
He's just stressed right now.
That's a very good Mimic.
I know, I think he's turned out pretty good.
He's a very good Mimic. I like that. Looks very nice. Alright, Grayson, go away.
The audacity.
The audacity. He's gone forever. Yeah, and so if you look on my like I have a very old character sheet of like the very first character sheet I made for West. I still have it. It's sitting in I should probably frame it at some point. But I have like all these doodles all over my character sheet because I pay such good attention in session. It's just my standard go-to. I'm just doodling. And I have like an old picture of Cowerbow on the Hill Giant doing his thing with the bag of holding. It's to forever like commemorate what just happened, and it looks like this. It's like really crappy. There.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yes, I very much appreciate that, Mimic. So,
I'm still going. Like I'm doing this thing.
yeah, do it, man. Do it.
We're going full shading and everything.
Oh my god, nice. All right. Oh, he wanted to use the bag to put on to random NPCs because he thought being rude to everyone was a thing. Then he got banned from public play for cheating, and that was the last I saw of him. I mean, good. Yeah, what the fuck, dude? That's not cool at all.
Yeah, that's not cool.
That's
Don't
super,
be a jerk.
That's so unbro like. Like that's super not chill, bro. All right, let me see. Let me just look up fun Mimic stuff.
Look up, like, go on Reddit or something and just be like, what's the weirdest Mimic you've ever encountered?
Let's do
That's
that.
what I do a lot. I'm like, hey guys, Reddit.
We should do that before a session. Just drop in with the question, be like, hey guys, what's a weird thing that's happened to you? I gotta go to D&D.
Hope you're all enjoying this Mimic, because I'm having a grand time making it.
That's a very, very nice Mimic. I enjoy a good classic Mimic. I know there's a lot of weird... Tabitha, you just slammed the door on us. Alright, let me... computer's weird. I need search bar.
There. That's a good looking boy. Can you keep a Mimic as a pet?
I would debate that you can make anything a pet if you really try it. Okay, I have a story here on this was actually posted an hour ago, so
Oh, hey.
let's just jump right in. I'm just not gonna pre-read. I'm just gonna straight up read it. We're just gonna go into this blind.
Who's the user?
All right,
Shout
so
out,
this
dude.
is posted. Yeah, so shout out to Insane Socks. Oh, Professor Socks, is that you? I know he's in a D&D session.
Professor?
Professor, is that you? Jason? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna give it an upvote because that's courteous. All right, Mimic almost ate my party's paladin today. Oh no.
Great.
Oh no, hold on a sec.
Not the paladin, bro.
Not the paladin, bro.
You know, we need to have the boys meet a Mimic.
Yes, for sure. They need to meet a Mimic.
An egg Mimic?
Ooh, egg Mimic. Egg Mimic sounds like fun. That reminds me of another story, but we can talk about that in a minute. That has to do with traps, and Tabitha knows something about it more than I do. Okay, so we have a Mimic almost ate my paladin's party. Well, my party's paladin today, because I can't read. I am West. We are literally separated by one brain cell, and that's very generous of me to say. So,
Oh my god.
So they decide to split the party after getting numerous warnings that this old mage's tower is not a place to fuck around in. Paladin jumped down a trapdoor hole, as you do, and found a hall with a chest while being followed by the wizard and the fighter. That is just okay. I'm just gonna say that's just classic Mimic setup. It's just long hallway and a random chest at the end.
Yep.
That's a classic Mimic setup. Paladin is first in the Mimic room and inspects the chest to see if he can open any flaps or anything, and gets stuck to the chest.
Okay.
Wizard throws acid, and the fighter misses his attack entirely. Luckily, the druid rolled a 16 perception with disadvantage and managed to cure wounds in time before the paladin started failing death saves. After another lucky nat 1, the mimic licks the paladin's head. I don't know what to do with that one, so he got fondled. Oh my god.
Oh. Well, that took a turn.
Sometimes you just gotta roll with your nat 1s, even as a DM. The wizard and druid managed to finish off the mimic. Funny enough, the paladin did get the most damage to the mimic until the druid showed up. Also a confrontation with a Nothic, where the druid tossed him a decapitated elf's head and avoided a fight for now. Now they have 4 spell slots to finish this tower unless they decide to recuperate. This dungeon crawl is going to be interesting. Godspeed to them. Boy.
You know, that's why Grayson's got his tiny head.
I'm gonna just throw a comment on there because I'm that person. What should I write? Chat, what should I write?
Oh no. I don't know. That's too much pressure.
So much pressure. I'd be like, hey bro, I just read this on the stream. It had a good laugh. Thumbs up. I don't know. Or maybe I just won't write anything. I'll leave with an upvote. That's my service for the day.
There you go.
All right. Name for pet mimic is another post. Backstory. Oh, hold up. I just see a post here that says backstory for mimic wizard.
Excuse me?
I have questions. Okay. I watched Divide and Conquer. We just plugged your stream. Thanks, Tad. Very literal. Love it. If I get around to it, I'll just be like, hey, just read your story off on stream as we're talking about mimics. Thumbs up. I don't know why I'm doing thumbs up. Okay.
Hashtag thumbs up.
Hashtag thumbs up. Hashtag thumbs up. That doesn't look like a thumb. I can't draw. I cannot draw tonight. There we go. Hashtag thumbs up, bros. Okay, so backstory for Mimic Wizard. Not sure if I'm using the right tag, but I'd like assistance to a backstory or at least reasoning to why a wizard would spend his life creating as many kinds of mimics as possible. So this is a wizard that creates mimics.
That's super dope.
I'm already loving this. This wizard primarily... Okay, so basically they want to create a wizard that creates mimics. And they can't think of a reason why past because I can. That's the best reason to do it. Because you can. This wizard primarily leaves these mimics in his old dungeons, and I figured it would confuse my players that all the chests were normal, but then had to get past mimic doors, swords, pears, rocks, chairs, and whatever other bullshit I threw at them.
I love it.
That is a wonderful campaign, and I would love to fight a mimic wizard. That sounds like a conjuration wizard, to be honest. A conjuration wizard mixed with artificer, in my opinion. Because technically, it's
love me
almost
some conjuration wizards.
Good old conjuration wizards. Making some heckin' crazy stuff.
There's my mimic. Do you like?
I do love your mimic. I'm gonna upvote. Okay. That's a beautiful mimic. That's some ominous lighting, and I love it.
Thank you.
Alistair approved.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. All right, so mimics.
Should I get rid of him?
If you want to save them first, do it.
I think I saved them. I'm gonna do it just in case again.
Always save your work. Save your stuff. Double check.
Did I do it? Did I do it?
Did you do it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, he's saved. All right.
Save it again.
Save it again. Save it like 500 times.
Ooh, now I get to do that cool thing where I can like do it layer by layer.
Ooh, sexy.
Okay. See, look how I like the line work. The line work looks cool.
It's good line work.
That's some good line work.
I wonder if anybody's ever had a mimic tattoo. I've never seen mimic. I've seen a lot of owlbear tattoos.
I'm sure.
I've seen more owlbear tattoos than anything. And away he goes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, mimic. So what's next for our monsters?
Another one I heard people really like is the Mind Flayers.
Mind Flayers, Illithids. Good old Illithids. I'm gonna draw one of those guys. I guess we should treat this like a tutorial because I draw things, and if you want to learn how to draw Mind Flayers, then totally do as I do. I've never done this before. Let's do this.
Let's figure it out as you go.
I love Mind Flayers for the sake of I like doing monster ideas based off of real life species. So I mean, there's always the OG Mind Flayer, but then like I've seen people make Mind Flayers out of like cuttlefish and vampire squid and all that stuff. So that's always cool. And I might take a octopus species and turn it into a Mind Flayer just because I can. Finding out where my dude's looking. I don't know. I always do this line because I like to know where the side of the head is. And then I just kind of freehand the rest, so I apologize. And they always have these weird, like, brow things. At least in my head they do.
Have you ever played, oh my god. I'm completely spacing. Dang it.
What,
Let
was
me
it
Google
specific platform, or?
No, it was a... hold on.
Do they only have 3 tentacles or 4? I don't remember.
They have 4.
Ah. Fine.
Call of Cthulhu.
No, I have not played Call of Cthulhu. I have seen people play Call of Cthulhu. I kind of want to play it, but at the same time, I feel like instead of playing Call of Cthulhu, I would just want to play a BioShock tabletop game.
So, I played Call of Cthulhu before I ever played D&D.
Oh yeah,
because it's essentially the same. It's essentially the same thing.
Tell me about
except it's H.P. Lovecraft.
Fair.
And you don't win.
You don't.
Ever.
Okay,
it's just how long do you survive is more along those lines. And I'm just wondering, did H.P. Lovecraft come up with that style creature first, or was it in D&D first?
Well, how long? I have no idea. I know absolutely nothing about H.P. Lovecraft. Funnily enough.
Right,
H.P.
Lovecraft is great.
All right, let me do a Google. I'm gonna Google it while my elephant just sits there.
I'm also Googling it. So.
Well, since when was I guess the better question is, was Cthulhu always described with an octopus head, like in the original text, or was that like because of Dungeons and Dragons?
That's what I'm looking for. Oh,
I'm looking
Gary
at
Gygax says that he came up with the Mind Flayer out of his head, but it came inspired from a cover of a novel called The Borrowers Beneath.
Oh.
And it's actually just like a picture of like a Renaissance town, but like busting out of the ground are like a bunch of tentacles.
Oh, I love it. So they always have like weird collar things.
So.
Alright, so there's my standard Mind Flayer guy. Or Illithid, as they are appropriately called. Because people do get technical.
But I will say that if you ever read H.P. Lovecraft, it's good stuff, but
I-
he's the kind of writer that's like that will describe a chair for like 3 pages.
Oh, see, I can't do that. That's that's
He makes
not
it
how
super he makes it super scary. Like he'll make you afraid of that chair.
Oh,
but oh my
goodness.
god.
Man, I don't know if I'd want to put myself through that. I like to sit a lot.
Yeah. But there is a fun mechanic in Call of Cthulhu that is your sanity.
Ooh. See, I know that
So
that's a mechanic in I think they're bringing that back as a mechanic in Dungeons and Dragons.
it's super fun. Like anytime you see something that is like horrendous or some type of something from the mythos of Cthulhu,
Yeah, yeah.
you suffer from sanity to the point where you will absolutely go crazy.
Ooh, interesting.
Really fun to play. I played and it's all set in like the 1920s.
I am
So
intrigued.
so my dude, what was his name? His name was Boris.
Boris.
His name was Boris, and he was a Russian guy.
Ooh.
And he was a gangster. And my friend Eric was his partner in crime.
Okay.
Natasha. So we had Boris and Natasha, of course.
Natasha and Boris.
And we were getting chased. We were stuck in this mansion. Like, that was the whole thing. We were stuck in a mansion that I guess was haunted or something. Like, it had something to do with there was like a portal in the basement we had to close, and there was also something outside that was keeping us inside the building because it was all snowy. There was a ghost dog at one point.
There was a ghost dog. Oh my god.
It was super weird. But there's this creature called a Biaki.
Okay.
I have no idea if I'm saying that right, but it's basically like this giant bat grasshopper.
All right, that's two interesting combinations.
It's hold on, let me see if I can Google it real quick, and I'll send it to you because it's something. Biaki. I did not spell that correctly.
I like illithids. Fun illithids is fun.
I typed in hp.biaki and it's spelled wrong, and it gave me a bunch of laptops.
Oh, okay. You want to buy a laptop?
Biaki.
Biaki.
Sounds
like
what? Did they have a Biaki in D&D? No way.
Is it? Is there stats for
it? It's a Biaki 5e. I didn't click on it.
We are so drawn to Biaki then.
Hold on.
Professor Socks slams hands on desk. Hello, Professor. You are here.
But it's basically all of these creatures are interdimensional beings, and they just make your head hurt.
I think that those creatures already exist because my head hurts like 90% of the time.
It is. It's in the D&D wiki.
I am going. I don't know. We're drawing a Biaki.
Hold on. I don't know if it's the same kind. Of course.
Here's
mine. It won't give me a. Damn it.
I think this is Mr. Illithid. I'm gonna decide that.
Is this the librarian in the AU?
Yeah, this is the librarian, Mr. Illithid.
I like it.
I don't remember what mind flayers look like half the time. I just know they have octopus face. Alright, let me go back to the... There we go. I'm gonna click mind flayer on the D&D Beyond page. Sponsor us, D&D Beyond.
There you go. I sent you a picture of what a Biaki looks like.
Ooh, okay. Let me look at this. That is horrifying.
I know. It's great.
That looks like something I'd like to draw. That looks like something I drew once, and I don't remember drawing it again. Alright, let's look at mind flayers. Oh, that looks nothing like what I drew.
It's cute. It looks like the sticker I have on my iPad, actually.
Aww. Alright, I guess they have like super pale like eyes or something, so I'm gonna give him kind of...
Okay. Can confirm Biaki
I
is
remember
not in the monster manual.
because I have to talk about it. I remember my first encounter with illithids was probably when I was watching, when I first started watching the first campaign for Critical Role, and they had like this they had this Illithid NPC, and I thought he was pretty cool. And then a thing happened, and I thought he wasn't as cool anymore.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was like, uh-oh. Why?
It's like, oh, never mind. So
fine.
the first time in campaign we've ever met a mind flayer. It was specifically a mind flayer. So again, old group,
yes.
but lots of memories. So the group found this old, decrepit tower.
As you do.
Yeah, and a whole bunch of mysteries inside. It was a beautiful thing. And they're like, we cleared it out. There was a hag up on the top of it who was like doing some weird crap, and Grayson did some awesome shit, as he does.
As he does. Good old Grayson.
He did actually. We were like stuck up against a gate, and there were a bunch of like creatures coming after us, and nobody could fight them. Like, we were not strong enough to fight them. So Grayson just held out his hand and screamed. And that actually, like, his whole backstory in that campaign was that he was having, like, magic happen that was not intentional.
Ooh. Oh, so he was like wild magic sorcerer almost.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It wasn't that, it was something else that was happening, but okay. He was noticing it was happening, so he just kind of held out his hand and screamed like a bitch. And he somehow summoned a wind tunnel and just wiped out everyone.
Dear God.
It was awesome.
Grayson.
Yeah, and he had and he managed to, of course, in true Grayson fashion, fail his dex save, fly backwards, and smack his head on the gate, and he has no memory of what happened.
Oh, Grayson.
Anyway, about the Mind Flayer.
So that Mind Flayer.
They decided, hey guys, we should totally make this tower like our base of operations. So we're like, oh hell yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Krusk was our orc fighter, and Grayson's like, hey, we should go into town and get supplies. I can talk to people. We can see if we can set up like a trade route happening. And
you're just seeing me struggle with this eraser.
It's fine. You're doing great.
No, I'm not. Oh, why is nothing working? What the hell is happening? It just keeps saying control. What is happening? Why? Why are you doing this?
You alright over there?
No. I can't.
Anyway,
continue. Okay, it's doing a thing. Alright, it's back. It's back. It's doing it.
You good? Okay. So him and the fighter were like, hey, yeah, me and him are gonna go back to town that we just came from. We're gonna get a horse, and like we're gonna like see what we can do about some stuff. And the other two party members were like, okay, cool, we'll stay here and just kind of do some
just vibe,
whatever. We'll just chill here.
We'll just vibe.
So they leave. It's a 2-day journey to this town, so they're walking.
Okay.
I think at one point Grayson was being carried by the half orc.
That makes perfect sense in my mind.
Yes. What we didn't know was back at the tower there was a mind flayer in the basement that we did not check.
Always check for mind flayers in the basement.
Yeah. So there was a high level mind flayer that was supposed to be meant for 4 people that was now attacking only 2.
Oh. And the DM just let it happen. Love it.
Yep. Because he's like, you guys are stupid. Don't
check the basement. Hashtag always check the basement for mind flayers.
And so Grayson and Cruz were having a delightful time in this town. So they get to town and they're like, oh, hell yeah, this is awesome. We're going to get a horse. They get up to the stable and Grayson's sitting there and he's like, man, if we get a horse, we're going to have to take care of it. And we're going to have to feed it and make sure it doesn't die. And then he was just like, you know what? Screw the horse. I don't want that much responsibility. And then they just leave.
I love that Grayson in this campaign says, I don't want that much responsibility. And then in this current campaign, he is being accused of having 3 children.
Yep.
Whoops.
It's just I don't want that much. Well, he had a scare in that campaign too.
Grayson, please.
He did it. Listen.
Grayson, calm down. Buddy.
Well, the whole thing with that was he had to roll for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had to roll for it because the DM said if this was to happen, the other person would die.
Okay.
Because it was because of like how half elves are treated in the world.
Okay.
Because in that campaign, half elves were seen as being the closest thing to godly beings. And there is a whole section of a church and like paladin squad that wants to eradicate them.
That's nice.
So if he were to have kids, it would have been hunted down.
Wow, that's oof.
Yeah.
It
was very,
I
very
things
depressing.
to say, but then I decided not to.
What? Say it.
No, I can't. I actually can't say it. I'll message it to you. It's story related, so I'll message it to you later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that was Grayson's first encounter with mind flayers. You know, they get back. The two actually managed to kill the mind flayer, and Grayson and this other guy wound up running into some military officer, and Grayson tried to be a badass and kill him, and it didn't work. They just wound up breaking the dude's arms and letting him go.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Professor Socks is in stream. I'm gonna read some. Yeah, you had fun playing Dorcas again. That's nice. That's always fun coming back to that old character. And he's also gonna surprise his DM with the commission I drew for him. What's up? I hope they like it because I had fun drawing it.
Aw.
Alright, so there's Mr. Illithid looking all creepy.
I think he needs glasses.
Oh, for sure.
He looks like he has like cataracts or something.
He probably does. Look, he lives in the Underdark. His eyes aren't well adjusted for light. Alright, let me just what kind of glasses should I give him?
I feel like he's a monocle man.
That's how monocles work, right?
Yes. Wait, hold on.
I'll leave it to you.
Oh, wait, no, put that monocle back.
I was gonna make it gold actually because he's fancy.
That's fine.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Fancy.
Oh wait,
you know
hold
what?
on.
This reminds me of.
I can make this slightly better.
You're
Hold
gonna
on.
make it slightly better. You're gonna make it okay.
Wait.
This reminds me of I don't know if you've played it or heard of it.
Oh,
Wrong layer, bro. Layer check.
What layer are you on?
I'm on line layer. Double monocle.
Now he is Tabin.
Tabin. Oh god, a Tabin Illithid. I should have made him
No,
blue.
that ain't happening.
Oh god, I'm thinking of the whole Tattock line as mind flayers now, and I'm disturbed.
No, don't. I don't want to think of that.
Oh gosh. Oh, those poor kids.
Those poor kids anyway.
True. Those poor kids anyway.
I like Mr. Illithid. That's a sweet looking broski.
Got the yes, Tabitha, he does have the Po2 eyes. I'm very aware that he is looking in two different directions. Yes, so
I'm saving him. I love him.
Alright, save him, he's beautiful. Alright, so Mind Flayers. What's my story on Mind Flayers? I think let me talk about our first encounter. Our first encounter with Mind Flayers was a trip and a half. It was when we were midway through our current campaign in Sacred World, like the midway of the arc, I would say, because we were like hitting arcs like it was nobody's business. We were in the city of Corvosa, which is located in the Pathfinder Inner Seas map. That's the map we play 5th edition, but we use the Pathfinder map because it's a thing. And it's a thing. And there was like an island. There was like this island where people were disappearing to. Like there was these Kotoa that were like kidnapping people in the city. We ended up going to go investigate it. That's how we discovered because we needed a ship to get to it. That's one thing led to another. That's how we actually met Dis, because we needed a pirate ship, and there was a pirate ship docked in the docks, and it was like busted to shit. And we're like, hey, there's a free ship. Let's find the owner and ask to take it, because it looks like crap, and we'll just fix it up for them. And we went to go look for the person, and it was like, oh, the actual owner? That's you don't want to talk to that guy. He's scary. He's a literal devil. And we're like, how bad can he be? We find him in the basement of the Sea Devil Tavern. Oh, you mean he's a literal devil? He's a giant 6'6" tiefling with 6 centimeters, because Jesus likes to make jokes. So we get to the island after that whole fiasco of meeting Dis, and we discovered that there's actually like an entire like underground temple underneath the island, where it was originally a storm giant's keep, and it was flooded over, everybody died, and an aboleth took over. And our first encounter with the Nilithid was in the aboleth's lair, because Jesus thinks throwing an aboleth at us at like level, I don't know, 5 or 6, I think. I could be wrong, but it was like one of those levels. He thought that was a fun thing to do to us.
Oh, great.
You know, we were way underqualified.
Yeah.
We were way underqualified to fight that aboleth, but god damn it, we did it. We actually killed it, technically. Technically, we killed it. But in the aboleth's lair, we discovered a illithid. Like, I think it was... In West's mind, I think he was naked, but I think everybody's naked in West's mind, because I don't think he was described with clothes, but he was like a very, very malnourished looking individual with like the purple tentacles, and he was like doing like all of these crazy writings on the wall, like literal crazy person writing, like on the walls, like all these like formulas and equations and diagrams of like things that he cut open. And one of those things actually being an angel. And so Ariel was like already triggered out the gate. Okay, Tabitha confirms that we were level 5. So we were very underqualified for this fight and this dungeon in general. It was so great. Yeah, so we just meet this guy, and he's just in there doing all these crazy people writings, and I think we startled him, and he tried to do his mind stuff on us. I don't remember anything that happened after that, because it's just... everything from that arc was a blur for me. But that was our first encounter with the Nilithid, and I remember it, like, spooked Carabao in a way, because it was, like... I think Carabao actually freed it, because it was under the Aboleth's control, and then it just kind of yeeted itself out into the Astral Sea, and was gone forever. And we're like, that won't matter later. We're sure.
Uh-huh.
That won't catch up to us. Oh, look at that guy. I like his hat. Are we starting a society of gentlemen illithids?
Yes.
Yes.
I think that needs to be a thing.
Hashtag Tabin's secretly an illithid. Sorry, Grayson.
No. No. I refuse.
What if he gets reincarnated as an illithid?
Would Zevra still love him?
Zephyrus would love him no matter what.
I agree to that.
All right, so...
Well, now I'm sad.
Oh, no, I made you sad. All right, so that's illithids. What else we got? Were-people. We got hags.
Were-people. Oh, we did get cockatrice.
Cockatrice. Let's do it. Cockatrice. Those are fun. I like cockatrices. Yes.
Do you have any fun cockatrice stories?
I have not encountered a cockatrice yet, unfortunately.
I have a cockatrice story.
Oh god, I gotta hear it. Let's talk about that.
Guess who it involves? Oh, I guess I should erase that for you.
I what's it involved?
It's Grayson.
Grayson. I should have asked.
Yeah, why did you not even ask one?
I don't know why I didn't ask. Forgive me. That line's not going away. It's bugging me. Oh god, what layer is that? There it is.
Layer check.
Layer check, bros. Sketch layer. I will draw a cockatrice while you tell this story.
So we my DM random rolls a lot for things happening, and there was a situation where it was literally, I think, maybe the second session that we were playing,
Right.
and our characters had just met up, and we just got the news to do this festival, like a hunting festival. Grayson, of course, trying to get out of it, saying that, how about I just sponsor the festival and just not participate? It did not work.
Of course, Grayson.
He tried.
Oh,
it's so funny, like, recalling things from his old campaign and how much he is still the same.
But just like totally different context.
Oh, absolutely. Still have the essence.
Essence.
The essence of Grace. But anyway, so they were doing this contest out in the woods, and there was a weird situation where a fog rolled in.
All right.
And basically, when this fog rolled in, they're like, hey, let's go inside of it. So we did. Totally not gonna bite us in the ass later.
Totally not.
So they all went into this fog, and apparently that fog was like the veil to the Feywild.
Okay.
It was, I don't know. It's super bizarre. I honestly, since we never finished the campaign, don't know actually what that was. But it sent us thousands of years back in time.
Oh no.
To, like, oh yeah, it was super bizarre. Like, we just happened to find this tower that instead of it went vertical, it went underground.
Huh.
So, it was super weird. And lo and behold, there's a cockatrice in there. And we tried to befriend it, didn't work. We tried to fight it. We eventually killed it.
Eventually.
And I actually have Grayson's old journal out right now.
Oh, gosh.
And I'd like to read you a passage of what Grayson had written.
Oh no.
After fighting the cockatrice.
I am ready for this passage.
So, context, when they were in this tower, they found this giant emerald gemstone. But the concept of emerald did not exist in this world, so it was just a big green gemstone that no one had ever seen before.
Huh.
So, Grayson, being into gemstones, does what he does best and says that, hey, that's...
Oh, gosh.
So, here's what I have written for this. Grayson's journal. I've never seen anything like it before. A huge dark green gemstone formation in its raw, natural form just sticking out of the side of the wall. It was a truly breathtaking sight, possibly unseen by mankind for thousands of years until we had the luck of stumbling upon it. Naturally, I wrote up a document claiming it under the Tadric name.
Oh, Grayson.
I will have to make sure I send word of this back home to my father and see if he can make anything of it. I honestly feel stupid for even mentioning this next part, but we had to fight a giant chicken. Yes, a chicken. But this was a lot bigger and a lot more pissed off, and I really didn't like it too much. I decided to keep a few of its feathers as a keepsake. Maybe when I get back home, I'll have it fashioned into a nice decorative piece.
I feel like it was not for a hat.
It was for a brooch.
That makes more sense for Grayson.
I guess he was destined to wear feathers.
Aww.
That was back when his dad was alive.
Oh no.
Yeah, that made me sad now.
That's so sad. We're just making ourselves sad now. Yeah, yes, this is this bad storytelling. Yes. This is just us telling stories and getting sad about it. While we talk about our campaigns.
Well,
what else?
Hey, no, we're talking about the monsters and the experiences we've had with them.
This is
Thanks.
true. This is we're having experiences. Speaking of experiences, I think Tadpole wants to keep triggering me with slots, so we might have to draw a slot at some point. Beep.
Let me see.
That was rude. Who did that? People in this neighborhood have no respect. There was a car horn.
Oh.
It is like 11:30 at night. Who does that? Like, text people like a normal person. Oh my gosh. There's a cockatrice thing.
That's a really good cockatrice. I like that a
Oh,
lot.
thank you. Yeah, I have a thing for drawing monsters, apparently. I like to draw the big scaries.
Would have never guessed.
What? What gave me away?
Ooh, these are good boys. I'm looking at the pictures in the monsters manual for the slad.
For the slad.
Oh, slad. This blue one in particular looks like someone. A particular someone. It needs to be red.
Grayson, give me my feathers
No!
back.
So yeah, it turned out that cockatrice was the bad guy's pet.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for you in the end?
We don't know.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
We do not know.
That's all right.
The bad guy knew who Grayson was, so that's great.
That's ooh.
Yeah, so that was super fun. And anytime Grayson used a sending spell, he had to roll to see if it got intercepted.
I bet his mom was behind it.
I think it was.
I'm pretty sure his mom was behind it.
Oh, his mom got thrown into jail, so that was nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that was cathartic.
She's still behind it.
Oh yeah, she was absolutely behind it. Oh, so I forgot to tell you this part. The big bad in that game,
yes,
had a relationship with Grayson's dad. Well,
what?
I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
Oh yeah, Jeremiah. Since you're here, we had a discovery earlier in the stream where Aarakocras are considered monsters by D&D standards, and technically from older editions, an Aarakocra was seen as an enemy.
Well, even in this monster manual I have right now for 5e,
they're still technically considered an enemy. So, Birderai, if you have something you need to tell the party.
He's the secret bad guy.
Birderai is secretly the bad. Birderai is secretly Tiamat. Just say when. Oh gosh.
Aww.
So.
Has your party ever counted a slad?
A slad? I have not encountered a slad. Well, actually, let me look at it just to double check it.
I wonder if do cockatrices speak anything?
I can look that up real quick. Boops.
I don't think they do. I think it's just like a
double check. They speak. I'm looking it up on the little thing. No. They do not. They are just a small monstrosity.
Small?
It says small on this one.
Huh.
Did you find a giant one?
It's not small. We did. It wasn't giant, but it was. I think it was like came up to like weight.
Well, the stats I'm looking at here show it as it literally only has an armor class of an 11 and its hit points are 27.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, we definitely fought one that was a lot. Well, to be fair, we were like level 2.
Oh my god. I mean, that's 27 is pretty beefy for level 2. I mean, I'm looking on a website, so I don't have the official thing in front of me, so I don't know from what edition that is, but yeah. All right, let me look at slads. Slad. How many A's are in slad? You have slad tadpoles? Slad. Oh, that does look like the big boy I drew. Oh my god, there is a red one.
Doesn't it? The red one is good, but the big blue one is definitely the one you drew.
Len, am I psychic?
We've established yes.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, I like these. Let me look at the stats. There's a death slad? That sounds like a metal band. That is literally
make
the
a sled.
picture I drew.
I'm gonna make a Kuatoa.
All right, make it good. Oh, those are cool guys. God, we had like a whole arc around Kuatoas, so that was a thing.
I'm gonna make a good boy Kuatoa.
I remember we captured one, and they were like a priestess or something, and all they kept saying was for the glory of Bloop, because their god's name was Bloop.
Is that where that came from?
Yes, that's exactly where that came from. Because there was a Kuatoa priestess, and we tried to capture her to get information out of her, and all she could say was, Bloop will destroy us all. Glory be to Bloop. There is only Bloop. And stuff like that.
I saved your birdo, so
thank
I'm raising
you for saving my burbo.
Okay.
So Slad stats. Let's look at Death Slad because I like how that one sounds.
Glory be to Bloop.
Glory be to Bloop.
Oh god, oh no, what happened?
What happened?
Okay,
What'd you do?
I fixed it. It's fine.
Bro, don't scare me like that. Death Slad. Alright, let me look at it. Wow, it's a beefy boy. Goodness. That is a beefy boy. Shape changer. Hello? I'm reading. I'm just gonna start reading.
We're already starting off to a great start with this guy.
Okay, armor class 18, hit points 170, has a strength of 20. Okay, its skills are in Arcana and Perception. It's resistant to acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder. It has a blind sight of 60 feet. It has a dark vision of 60 feet, and it has passive perception of 18. And it speaks Slad and telepathy. It's a level 10 challenge rating. So, oh, that is a gorgeous Kuatoa.
Isn't he cute?
Oh, that's a precious one.
I love the Monster Manual version of him because like he just kind of has like his hands in a fist and is like,
he's a good boy.
He's like, yeah.
He's a good boy.
He's like,
I want a Rosie the Riveter version of a Kuatoa. Just like, there's only Bloop. Alright. Death Slad. So we have Shape Changer. The Slad can use its action to polymorph into a small or medium humanoid, or back into its true form. What? This thing is wild!
Excuse me?
Innate spellcasting. The Slad's innate spellcasting ability is Charisma, with a spell save DC of 15, and it's a +7 to hit on spell attacks. The Slad can innately cast the following spells requiring no material components. At will, it casts Detect Magic, Detect Thoughts on itself only. Oh no, excuse me, Invisibility on itself only. Mage Hand, Major Image. It can cast Fear, Fireball, Fly, and Tongues twice a day. And once a day, it can cast Cloud Kill and Plane Shift. What the fuck? Can I just say what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Tadpole, what did you introduce me to? I love it. Dog is barking. But he's not barking inside this time. You're welcome. So it has magic resistance. It also has magic weapons, because all of its attacks are magical. And it has regeneration. I have some things I need to write down.
No! I refuse.
Oh my god. This is amazing. It has a multi-attack, it has a bite attack, it's got claw attack, and it has a great sword. It has a great sword, Lynn. It has a great sword.
Do you like this guy?
I love him. He's so precious. I would want that guy as a sticker on my laptop.
Yeah!
Yeah! Hello. Whoa, we have a highlighted message. What is happening? Hey, Vic, did you know that all dragons know polymorph and that silver dragons enjoy being in human form and sustain themselves with normal food? Hey, Professor Socks. I 100% did know that. Because I don't know if you watched the Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign recently, but in one of the episodes a while ago, I had a green dragon polymorphed and hiding in plain sight until the party pissed it off, and then it turned into a dragon and it destroyed the whole house.
The party did not piss it off. Grayson was too busy having a conniption fit.
About finding out that he had a son?
Yes.
Who was the same age as him?
Yes.
Actually, Slads are 100% right up my alley, because I do draw a character that looks like that, and that is so gnarly to me. I love them. I'm gonna look at all the different kinds of Slads later and have fun. I love drawing
Tadpole,
monsters.
I'll never forgive you.
Thank you, Tadpole. I have found a new meaning in life, and that is to draw Slads. Alright, let me draw a Slad. I like drawing, for some reason I like drawing monsters that have this head shape. It's like my favorite thing to draw. And
I am not good at drawing monsters whatsoever.
And I don't know if that reflects in my drawings at all, but I love to draw monsters with the shaped face from the front. It's so much fun. Just don't know what I'm going for here. Okay, so he's like kind of... I noticed that their heads kind of do a thing like right here. And then like the nose is there. And that's where the mouth is. Her. Love him. Oh, he's got a little top hat. We started Top Hat Society.
Everyone gets top hat.
Everyone gets a top hat.
I guess I'll have a monocle too.
I like them because they look like really like mutated, kind of like frog crocodile things.
It honestly looks like you're drawing my bearded dragon.
So Max is Slad.
He's something.
He is a one of a kind. All right.
So angry.
He's always angry. Mac, why are you angry? I'm gonna make him with a smile.
Oh, that's sinister.
Yeah, I drew a manticore earlier today with that same smile, and the first thing Jeremiah needed to tell me was it looked just like Ryuk from Death Note, but crossed with a lion, and I went, "Thank you."
That is a compliment. Thank you.
Thank you. I was actually going for Jim Carrey as the Grinch, but thank you. Okay, Professor Socks. I bought new dice to feed my dice goblin. They look like bones. I gotta show Rosette. Dude, bone dice? Ooh, that's some aesthetic.
I'm gonna get bone dice eventually, but I also have $60 jade dice.
Bone dice.
That do not do me any.
Do they
good.
increase your chance to bone the bone dice?
Yes, Professor, do they?
Wow. Okay, Lynn.
I don't have bone dice.
Do you somehow manage to get more bones if you have bone dice? Do you acquire more bones in your body?
More bone in your body.
More bone in...
I want
I couldn't.
some of those really intricate, like, elven metal dice or whatever.
I am very picky when it comes to metal dice for some reason. I think it's just I'm already trying to commit to a texture I don't like. There's yelling happening. I don't like that bump. I don't like that. I don't like it.
I have
make
a
his eyes
set
wider.
of metal dice. They're orange and gold metal dice, and they glow in the dark.
Ooh.
Well, actually, they're pink. They're pink and gold, and when you put them under like a light, they'll like glow a bright orange.
So Alistair dice.
They are my Alistair dice. I never get to use them
I
though, so
love
it makes
it.
me sad.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
And then I have my green jade dice for Grayson, and they forsake me
Every time.
constantly.
Especially with your dex rolls.
Ah, I swear.
It's an endearing trait.
It is.
I'm not sure I like how this is turning out. I know I could do better at a later date. Like, if I actually, like, sit down with my like, I guess when it comes to monsters, when it comes to, like, concepting them, because I need to, like, actually sit with them for a while and, like, just sketch them out really badly until I get a groove for them, and then I do my thing. So, this is very rough for me.
Professor!
What did Professor do? Excuse me, Vic, and you too, Lynn. I am a single Pringle, and I do not bone. I watch anime by myself. I, too, love to watch anime, Professor. Sometimes it's by myself because I'm going to call someone out and say that she falls asleep all the time. Anyway. Whoops! I'm going to get yelled at later, just so you know that. And by yelled at, it's going to be like just a stern look. The Aurea look transcends canon, just so you know. I like the shoulder spikes. Those are gnarly.
Looks like a deadly Ninja Turtle.
It's Shredder fused with a Ninja Turtle. It's like it's like Shredder if Shredder got hit by the ooze. Shredder would be a slod. That makes perfect sense to me. I should make Ninja Turtles into D&D. There should be a Ninja Turtle campaign where everybody plays a turtle. They all play a monk turtle of some kind. And
oh my god.
Your mid-bosses are Rocksteady and Bebop.
I'd be okay with that.
I would totally want to play that game. And then you have, like, Master Splinter, who's, like, max level monk. It's a Hork Badger! Yes! Ah! Thank you, Tadpole! Another Animorphs reference. I fucking love me an Animorphs reference. There's never enough.
I never did anything.
Yeah, don't watch it. Just it's more fun to read it, and it's only fun to read it for, I guess, for some books, because there was a point where the writer hired a ghostwriter, and then some of the books just stopped making sense like halfway through. But then they kind of found themselves in the end, and it was sad.
Oh, that's depressing.
But you know, I mean, if you want to read it to get a feel for where I got my ideas from. I highly recommend Animorphs as reading material, because I got my start reading Animorphs, and I got my start reading Animorphs and Redwall series because I love me some aminals. I am secretly a druid at heart. I'm gonna draw a really gnarly a slad later.
A slaw.
I'm gonna draw a slad holding a bowl of slaw.
I like that.
And here is his bowl of slaw. You're welcome. Where's my top hat? Right there. There we go. They're perfect together. Top Hat Society. But yeah, no, Hork Bajir was probably like a good starting point for me in wanting to draw monsters, because I saw pictures of them and I went, those are some gnarly looking lizard birds. I love them, and I'm gonna draw them forever. And they were so much fun to draw. Oh, here's a good one. Professor Sock says, Vic, have you gone through and explained your thought process on creating a monster for a party to encounter? Lynn, as a DM, do you have input on this?
Tell me your secrets.
Oh no. This is where my secrets come out, and you realize that I'm not that good.
Like whenever I DM'd, it would just be like where they are.
Yeah, that definitely factors into a monster encounter. Is the area that they're in? Are they like in the swamp? Are they in the woods somewhere? Are they in the mountain regions? Are they in a dungeon? What's the theme of the dungeon? Like, are you in a volcano or some shit? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then and then usually, I mean, I'm not gonna get into mechanics, but for me, theme always matters, especially for like the location, because say you have your party in a forest, and all of a sudden you're throwing a fire demon at them. That doesn't make sense to me, unless I don't know.
Unless it's not supposed to be there for story
yeah,
reasons.
Yeah, for story reasons. If it's not supposed to be there, then fine. But other than that, you just don't randomly start throwing, like, unless it's like some asshole, some asshole wizard summoning demons to like set a forest on fire because he's an asshole. But
I don't appreciate you calling out Grayson like this.
Grayson, stop being an asshole, please.
No, he wouldn't do that.
Of course he wouldn't. Okay, thought process on creating a monster for a party to encounter. So am I creating a monster from scratch, or am I just picking monsters out of the monster manual to throw at a party? Because I have thoughts on creating monsters from scratch, because I'm in the middle of doing that for a homebrew game that I'm putting together. Spoilers. But I mean, if I'm going to talk about just creating monsters in general, which I love to do, I guess words are hard. For me, it's always going to come down to visually, because I'm an artist. So visually, what do I want to achieve with this monster? I'm going to use I'm gonna use a monster I created for an original story as an example. So let me get on my sketch layer. Okay. All right, so I have this original story that I'm going to plug right now, even though you will never see it published for 1,000,000 years. Or at least until I fucking finish it. It's a work in progress. So I have these monsters that I kind of am using as... You kind of notice in fantasy settings, there's always the fodder monster. Whether it's like Lord of the Rings with orcs or something like that. That's the only example I can come up with, and I sound like a complete idiot when I'm saying it, but that's the best example I have. It's like, in Lord of the Rings, where there's just orcs. And another, I think it was a trend I noticed when I started reading a lot of fantasy books, and it was just you needed a generic monster for the party to kill and look cool doing it, because it's just easy to just pick through crowds and look badass. Yes.
So something just large in number?
Something just large in number, yeah. I noticed that when, I was going to say reading Lord of the Rings. I never read Lord of the Rings.
I tried to.
I did not try. I looked at that book and went, no. I tried reading The Hobbit, and I got past page 5, and then I stopped. So that's how well I read it. So I stuck to the movies, thank you. And then I have a wonderful girlfriend who does nothing but tell me about the Silmarillion as she's reading it. So I guess I guess you could say I know some lore on Lord of the Rings.
You get the information one way or another.
I get it secondhand. Thank you. I get my Lord of the Rings information secondhand. So I know things, but not that well. Same with Castlevania. Because we had like a whole hour conversation about Castlevania in the car.
You need to watch the first episode of Castlevania.
I have watched Castlevania.
Oh, you have? Good.
Yeah, this is where I was gonna say, I have watched Castlevania the show. I know nothing about the lore for the video games.
Oh.
So
boy.
I watched the show with absolutely no context, and I love it. And Tabitha played the old Castlevania games, so she's just loving every second of it. And I'm watching it with her, and she's like pointing out all this stuff. She's like, "That's that monster. That's that monster. That's this soundtrack. That's from this level." And I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. I'm just enjoying it. And so I'm just segueing into the fact that we had this conversation because I watched the season 3 trailer for Castlevania, And she's like, I haven't seen it yet, so tell me everything about it. And I'm like, well, I know jack shit about Castlevania, so the descriptions you're gonna get is a very West paraphrased version. So,
Oh no.
and that's what I did for like an hour.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I need to send you something.
Yeah, so me talking about this is just, nah, I know things. Yeah, so segueing back, Lord of the Rings, fodder monsters. Lord of the Rings has orcs. If you ever read the Inheritance trilogy, which had to do with the dude named Aragorn and dragons, there was these monsters called, and I'm going to think very hard as I remember it, I think they were called Urgles. Sounds really weird when I say it out loud, but I swear to God that was their name. Or it was something I completely made up. I could fact check myself in like 5 seconds. Because Google is your friend. I am 100% right. And I feel offended because they look like tieflings. I just realized, because they have the horns.
Excuse me.
They do! They look like tieflings. They've got the ram horns. They're very large. Oh my goodness. Big boys. So, okay. Fodder monsters. That's where I was getting. Now I'm back on track.
Oh my god.
Kobolds are very good monsters. Thank you, Tadpole, for bringing up kobolds, because I will want to draw a kobold in like a minute. Yeah, so just getting, at least so we can get onto the topic of creating a monster. So original story, I wanted to create kind of a fodder monster of my own, just to have a lot of, so that you know, whenever you're trying to give your players a scale for something, you just put a lot of enemies in front of them. It doesn't matter what the challenge rating is. They could be like a quarter challenge rating, and you have like 100 on the board, so that they can go, oh shit, that sucks. Yeah, so I just like to go for looks, mostly. Like, what am I trying to achieve out of the look of the monster? So I have this one who, there's like a whole, I could write like 5 pages of lore on this guy, but I have these fodder monsters that my goal for them is to make you very unsettled. So
I love it.
My idea of unsettled is, usually when people have fodder monsters, they're supposed to be like, kind of like hulking in a way. Did audio cut out? Oh no. No?
I'll check.
Can y'all hear us? Have I been talking for no reason? Is it my mic? My mic's on.
I'm checking.
Awkward silence. I can hear you. Okay, I got confirmation they can hear us. So that's a weird pause, sorry. Alright, so... yeah, so back on whatever I was talking about. So my...
Scary AMFers.
Yeah,
oh my
so
god, my dog is like coughing up a lung. Hold on.
Whiskey, calm down. Alright, so I typically want to go for, unsettling. So I'm going for me, unsettling, at least in my mind, is something that looks human but doesn't at the same time. So I wanted to create something with a silhouette that looked like a person, as I just very hastily sketched this out. Like from a distance, they would look like a human, but the closer you got, the more you realize the features are wrong. Like, for instance, the arms are too skinny and long, or they're just like, the eyes don't look right. Just kind of, so I just wanted to create something that was like, I mean, I'll say it, very Slender Man-esque, because that scared the shit out of me at one point or another. So you have these, and also in a way they kind of doubled as, because they're a monster, they're humanoid looking, but they're also a monster. So the limbs were also good for like running on all fours as fast as they can and stuff like that. So just, no, that's not how that works. Ignore that. So essentially what I was going for, and this is just very rough and it will not make any sense because it's a sketch, but I was just going for something that looked human but not. So I just kept human silhouette and I just made it super skeletal. And the entire point of these creatures was to, one, overwhelm the characters, scare the shit out of them, and just be, general trouble for them. So I would say when it comes to designing monster, just think what it is you're trying to challenge your player with. What is it in the moment that you think can also fit within the environment, or maybe doesn't fit in the environment, depending on what kind of story you're wanting to tell. Like, say you're working within an environment where everything's perfectly normal, and now you have to throw something abnormal in there to get the plot hook moving. So you build a monster based off of something that maybe shouldn't be there. And is my bro back? Bro?
Yes, I'm back.
Oh my god, you're back. I was talking out of my ass. I don't know what I'm saying.
Whiskey was like coughing and stuff, and then he was like, I'm gonna go get food now. So
Whiskey.
Yeah. He's
Whiskey.
fine.
Yeah, so I drew this thing.
I hate it. Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah.
God, what does that remind me of? Hold on, let me
Slender
Google
Man.
something. No.
No? Well,
No.
I was going off of stories of when you see what looks like a person at a distance, but the closer you get, the more wrong they look. That was the goal I was intending for.
Ooh, I love creepy stuff like that.
Yeah, so and they technically have like some of them do have horns. So I base them off of, well, the lore behind them is that they are humans. They were humans, but they ended up on the brink. These are like humans that ended up on the brink of starvation, and because of that, they turned to cannibalism. And because of cannibalism, they kind of evolved into something else. That was the story I went with for that. So some of them have kind of taking kind of animalistic features. So some of them will have antlers, some of them will have claws, and some of them will have really gnarly looking designs. But the general shape is just a human, but wrong. That's literally my note for them.
That is my ultimate thing that freaks me out is when people are contorted. Not really even contorted, but they're not right.
Yes.
They don't have to be fast moving. If they're slow moving, it's worse.
Oh yeah? Okay. You would absolutely hate there was because I wrote a prologue a while back, but I scrapped it. But it was when I was introducing these creatures in the prologue, and essentially what they were doing was they would move in a very non-human like way, where I think the way I described it was they would move like they were it was a spring tightening. So it was very slow movement at first, and then they would just jerk all of a sudden, and then they would just move slow and then jerk again.
Ew.
It was a very weird kind of walk. And when they would speak, it was like a dog trying to mimic human speech.
Ugh.
Because it was not
this okay.
Right.
I'm sending you pictures of what that thing reminds me of.
I'm probably not going to sleep tonight because of that, but thank you.
I'm
gonna draw Cobalt.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but it's kind of creepy too. Weird, but it's from Buffy.
It's from Buffy? Oh, I probably have seen this then.
Yeah, it's The Gentleman.
The Gentleman. Oh, motherfuckers! I hate that episode. Yes. Oh, this episode scared me. Oh God, I hate them. I think they're the reason why I was so fucking scared of Slender Man for a month.
I hate them. They're a little cheesy, but the way they move is so weird. I imagine them all on those little hoverboards.
Just wait, hold on. I got an image. They're just doing their thing. Wait, hold on. Let me do it. Their fucking arms are what freak me out.
Because that's essentially what they're on.
I am doing a good job drawing.
But when you were mentioning the group of mind flayers, gentleman mind flayers, that's what I imagined.
There you go.
He needs a suit.
He is in a suit. Can't you tell?
Is he? Oh, okay, there we go.
It's the age old. Are they naked while you're drawing them?
Perfect.
So bad.
I love it. It gets the point across.
It gets.
But yeah, that's what that reminded me of.
90% of my art is crap because I work in storyboard mode, so I'm just like trying to get an image across as fast as I can, and it just looks like shit. So I just go for bait. Yeah, storyboarding's fun. Okay, so let's draw kobolds for just a, because we're getting on that time. So let's I guess close out with kobolds, the age-old,
Kobolds,
tried and true D&D fodder. So kobolds. I think we have a few kobold fans in the chat. Which
are you gonna draw?
Should we do our thing? We have a thing. We have a special thing we're doing.
Yeah, go ahead and do the thing.
So I'm not sure how we're doing this thing, but hey guys, so we decided that this was going to be a special episode for those of you that are watching and participating in chat, and we have decided we're going to do a little art giveaway. And so we're going to randomly select one of y'all in chat and get a free art from us. So hey, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So let me, because I think I wanted to do it where I ask a question and then people answer, and then we pick from the people that answer. That's what we were doing, if I remember correctly. So I write the thing real quick. Right. Okay, so let me find a random D&D question that I can ask, and just there's no right or wrong answer. Just if you answer in chat, then that means we get to pick you. Okay, let's go back to Reddit. Reddit's always fun. Reddit has nice things. Also, Professor Socks, if you're still in chat, did you post on Reddit an hour ago under the name Insane Socks? Because we read a story about a paladin that was about to be eaten by a mimic, and we were wondering if that was you. So let us know if that was you. If not, then...
Yes, we need to know, sir.
We need to know right away. Thank you. Okay. Let's find a random D&D question. Actually, you know what? Let's use those questions that we had for our podcast. Because I like to know about people's characters.
Dun, dun, dun.
As I'm stalling so goddamn hard.
No, you're fine. I'm looking. I'm trying to find the reference I had for, my kobold that I had in my campaign. His name was Moof.
Moof? I'm probably gonna end up drawing. I'm gonna probably end up drawing Boots, because Boots is the one that's persistent in my campaign right now. The ultimate character questionnaire for novel writers. I'm clicking this. This might be the one that we were reading. It might be. I think it is. I think it is. Oh my god. Pop-up ads are terrible. Let's see. Past or future? No. So, I guess since we want to keep it in the theme of monsters, give us, I guess, a short answer of what your character would do in a monster. What would your character do if they encountered a death slod?
Oof.
So let us know in chat what you think your character would do if they encountered a death slod. As I had read out the stats, and they were absolutely terrifying, and I love every second of it.
Are we gonna just do this for this stream, or are we gonna? How long are we gonna be doing this for?
Yeah, let's do it for. Well, I don't know. This is our first time we've done this.
Well, do we want to have it be a week, and like anytime someone shows up on any of the streams? Because we've got the podcast on Monday.
We do. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll have this running for a week. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll just ask everyone.
Yeah, we'll ask everybody on stream and then get that rolling.
If they answer, you get entered.
Yes. So, while people answer, Yangchan would beat it to death as he did with 4 of them. Yangchan scares me. And I just love everything about him as a character.
He beat the absolute snot out of the freaking out of Christo.
Oh, poor Christo. Let's see.
Oh well.
Yeah, so Tadpole says he'd soloed 4 of them because everyone else was sealed behind a wall of force. Wall of force is also a fun thing. All right, let me draw Kobold. Let me get things up for Kobolds because I need reference sometimes. Always use reference, guys.
It's not a shame.
No shame in using reference. Reference
I had
is a
an
good
art
thing.
professor say, if you're not using a reference, you're stupid. So take that as you will.
Take that as you will. I love this. Yes. So, do we have any fun Kobold stories?
I had a kobold named Moof.
You had a Kobold named Moof?
Moof. He it was back when I DM'd, and it was
I like their little snoots.
It was a player.
Yes.
That, well, it wasn't a player. It was back when I was a DM, and the players went into, basically it was like a kobold mine, as you do.
As you do.
And basically they ran into this little kobold who was essentially mistreated by the rest of his group.
Aww.
And his name was Moof the Meek. And he was just like, hey guys, can I come with you? And they're like, they adopted him and they loved him.
Oh, I'm gonna do Kobold in standard lizard mode, which is at face.
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
That face that Mac made.
Oh yeah.
I love lizard faces because like either they're just like looking angry as shit or they're just doing that number.
Ah. Oh, what I sent you earlier.
Yeah, that face. Hey, Rosette's on the stream. Hey, Rosette. Hey, Rosette, we're doing an art giveaway. So if you answer the question for how would your character respond to encountering a death slot, you're entered to win a free drawing from me and Lynn. And we'll have that going all week. So, hey. Thank you for joining us. As we are drawing kobolds out, I am drawing Boots, the kobold from my Horde of the Dragon Queen game. She is a kobold that is known for being in charge. So she's going to be very bossy looking, obviously. And a little tail up here. And she is wearing boots that are too heckin' big for her feet. Oh, yeah, Death Slod. So let me go read out Death Slod again because I had a ball reading it. Death Slod is the name of my new metal band. I am in competition with this on metal bands now. Oh my god, there's probably going to be a metal band named Death Slod at the Battle of the Bands this year. Oh no, guys.
Oh god.
Alright, so
I have to bring in the old band.
So Death Slods
What
are
are
a
they
challenge
up to?
rating of 10. They have 170 hit points. They are a medium aberration and a shape changer. So they have resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder. They have a blind sight of 60, a dark vision of 60. They have a passive perception of 18, and they speak Slot and telepathy. They are a shape changer, which means they can use their action to polymorph into a medium or small creature, or back to its true form. It also has innate spell casting, and they can, at will, use Detect Magic, Detect Thoughts, Invisibility on their self only, Mage Hand, and Major Image. They can cast Fireball, Fear, and Fly in Tongues twice a day, and they can cast Cloud Kill and Plane Shift once a day. And they have magic resistance, and they have their claws are magical weapons, and they have a regeneration, so they regain 10 hit points at the start of the round on their turn. And they are terrifying. They have a +9 to hit on their melee, and it's absolutely terrible. Okay, so Rosette says, Thayfrin would faint. Yes.
I
Poor
mean,
Professor.
you're not wrong.
Oh no. Yang Chun, please get him up and run him out of the room before the slot eats him. Please save him. Oh, poor Thafrin. He's too nervous for that adventure. Alright, let me go back to my kobolds. I like their little... I feel like the kobolds in the Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign have moved past wearing hide loincloths and should probably have actual clothes to wear, but I'm not sure if the party wants to dress them.
Nah.
Nah, Grayson, you don't want to try?
The only encounter he's had with the kobolds is when he got super drunk and then he was doing magic tricks for them.
And they loved him for the whole time.
He's not gonna have any more of that alcohol anymore.
Oh no, that's right. Because Stranger left.
And no one seems to be alarmed by that, but I am.
Hey, he left a message.
And what did it say? This is Chicken Scratch?
This is Chicken Scratch. It's just Chicken Scratch. That's literally what the message said.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Forgot to. Kobolds do that? No, they have the lizard eye. Okay. I was doing the wrong people. Look at them go. I like their little dog-looking snoots. They're so cute.
They're adorable.
So, chat, do you have any fun kobold encounters that you've had while we draw out our... Well, at least as I draw out Boots, the kobold.
Boots.
I know, Tadpole has a million kobold encounters because Tadpole plays one kobold. And I love her to death.
Boots.
Boots. I love Boots. Yeah, I have a whole... For those that don't follow the Horde of the Dragon Queen, I have a whole miniature clan of kobolds that follow the party around because originally Tabitha's character, Janva, was their... Oh no, do they have regular tongues or do they have lizard tongues? That's a good question to ask.
I thought they had normal tongues. Don't know why.
Meh. I'll roll with it. So Janva was originally in charge of the Kobold Party when she was a part of the Cult of the Dragon. And ever since she left the cult, they just kind of followed her because they see her as the alpha, I guess. And they've just stuck around on the ship. And so because of that, party members have kind of adopted them. I know Berterai has adopted Ro, the one that they named from the dragon hatchery that they captured. And Ro has now been taken on as Berterai's apprentice. And that's adorable.
I love his voice.
Yes.
It's so cute.
Good
I
up,
love Ro.
I don't even know where that voice came from. I think originally, and you probably see it in like the first time I did this campaign, I had a very different voice for the kobolds. And then I just got tired of doing that voice because it was like murder on my throat. And so I just stuck with that voice, and I don't know why I did. But it just stayed.
It's cute.
It's cute.
It's
I
cute.
guess
That's
it's
fine.
cute. It's the only voice I can do. I'm not a voice actor, guys. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Disappointment.
I'm so sorry that I tricked you into thinking I was a voice actor. I am 100% not a voice actor. I am not skilled in making my characters
I wish
sound
I had
good.
Grayson's voice.
I wish I could do the voice that's in my head for Tavin. I'll be honest with you.
I really need to know what that sounds like. Like, I imagine just posh.
Like fucking honey, let me tell you. In my head, he sounds like a dream.
He is a
if I
dream.
hear a voice that sounds just like Tavin, I will direct it to you and be like, that. There he is. In my head, he sings like Hugh Jackman, though.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I see it. Boots.
Gosh, that is very dog-like.
They are like dogs. They're so cute. They follow. They go around in packs. They have a pack mentality. I mean, I think the only thing that's not dog-like about them is the fact that they're not good in sunlight. Actually, they're more like birds than I realize. Because they kind of hang around in their own little groups. They're very distracted by shiny things, and they think they're the biggest thing in the room.
They're so cute.
They are 100% birds. I do not make the rules here. Actually, wait, I'm DM. Yes, I do. Kobolds are birds. And birds aren't real. I just realized
legs. Bird-Eye is not real?
Bird-Eye is... Oh my god. Okay, I need to tell you about this conversation.
Oh no.
Tabitha and I had lots of fun conversations because we have to drive 3 hours to and from, like 3 hours from San Antonio to Houston. And so there's like a lot of fun conversations that happen in between then and here. And one of them being the off chance of West ever meeting a specific character. Those boots are exactly the size of her feet. I need boots that are too big. I'm gonna do like the standard like adventurer style boot. The little cuff on it.
Oh, there you go.
The boots are too big for her feet. My name is Boots, and my boots fit me just right. There we go. Boots! Yes. I don't know how this stuff stays here. There we go. She's beautiful. I'm gonna color her real quick. Yeah, so there was like a whole conversation that we had about if West met a specific character, and that specific character being so much of an asshole that he convinces West that birds are not real.
You know, it's funny you mention that because Grayson did something just like that.
Grayson, why?
To our fighter.
Grayson.
He convinced our fighter that
Grayson, that's not nice.
He convinced the fighter that the term bodyguard was Elvish for best friend.
No, that's so mean.
So he'd be like, "Oh, you're my bodyguard," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm his bodyguard."
Aww, Grayson, that's so mean.
Yeah.
What kind of examples are you setting for your son?
Listen. He doesn't need that kind of responsibility, okay?
Yeah, neither does the other guy.
Yeah, fair.
I love how ever since that lore has dropped, like at the very beginning of stream last night, like before we even started streaming for Sacred World, I get online for the game and Jesus is just like, what happened? How did it happen? Where did the kids come from? And I'm like, hey man, not my story to tell. I mean, I don't ask what goes on in their room. That's entirely up to them. Just thought it was so funny.
I know what happens.
You know for sure what happens. I mean, I know what happens because we talk about it, but we have talked about it for story-related purposes. So I know what happens. Hey, listen. Can I leave this stream with some dignity?
Dignity doesn't exist in the Demiplane, sir.
Okay, I totally forgot. I am so sorry. Oh, Ophelia has showed
Welcome
up.
to Demiplanes and Dignity.
Welcome to Demiplanes and no dignity. Oh, Ophelia has showed up in the chat. Don't steal unless you can... Yes, Aunt Fifi says you don't steal unless you can't get caught. So, it doesn't count if you don't get caught.
Oh, this is crazy. This just popped up.
What just popped up?
For me. It says, RPG plot hook. Your party is killed by a fierce monster, but you wake up to the same day that they started the adventure, Groundhog's Day style.
Oh
Each
my
time they die, they lose 1 HP that cannot be healed. This continues until they or the monster.
That is terrifying, and I hate it. Thank you.
Ugh, that sounds like a nightmare.
I kind
Literally, it sounds like a nightmare.
It sounds like Grayson's kind of nightmare. Like that sounds like something that he would unfortunately get stuck with and hate every second of it.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
It's like, didn't we just kill this thing? What's happening? I have to wear the same clothes I wore yesterday? The tragedy. Ew. Nobody look at me. I'm totally not wearing the same outfit twice.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. I'm a mess.
I will say he's so much fun to write for like that, though.
He's really agree
annoying
with
as hell, but he is so much fun to write for.
Oh, yes. I completely agree with that. Grayson is a lot of fun to write.
Let's see. Okay. Speaking of, while you're finishing up the kobold, speaking of him being a fun person to write for.
Yes.
Here's another little segment down memory lane from his journal.
Oh no.
Are you ready for this?
Are
you ready for this?
I'm not ready for this.
So the context of this is he had just met his other party members on a boat.
Okay.
I did notice some rather interesting individuals in the dining hall this evening. They were clearly of the commoner class, but something about them intrigued me. I was clearly one of the higher social ranking members on the vessel, but neither of them cast a glance in my direction. Oh, no. Well, being the charming, debonair soul that I am, I decided to grace them with my presence and offer them some of the finer food options available on this floating pile of garbage. It's like they always say, if they don't know who you are, then they're clearly mistaken.
Oh my god, Grayson. Truly a gift.
I love him so much.
Why does nobody like him? I don't understand.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Grayson, you're such a treat. I mean, Ophelia likes you.
I don't know if they like me anymore. To be honest.
I'm leaving that up to the party.
Hey y'all, if you haven't listened to Horde of the Dragon Queen recently, you probably should.
Yeah.
Grayson got himself into a pickle.
Oh,
maybe.
He got himself into a real doozy of a situation.
And I am extremely excited to see what happens with that.
I actually want to draw art of the particular item that Grayson now has in his possession. All right,
I do too. I need to, yeah.
Rosette says,
hold on.
Thayfrin would be like, heck yeah, I'm not dead. And be like, oh no, I gotta keep these guys alive how many times?
Oh no.
Oh, Thayfrin, no. I believe in you. You're doing such a good job. You saved a boy. You did so good, Thayfrin. Squawky noises from the kobold. As kobolds do. That's not the right color I'm looking for. That's not the right color I'm looking for. I'm just going to struggle with color for a minute because I'm blind. Like, I'm not colorblind, I'm just blind. There we go. Here she is.
Perfect.
Boots! My boots are not too big for me.
I love it, thank you.
As They're Grayson so would say, you're welcome.
One kobold should just never hang out with Grayson. Ever.
I think I rolled for the kobolds liking Grayson, and Boots likes him a lot. Like she actually likes Grayson. Like she took a shine to him.
Some For some reason.
For some reason, she likes them. It's cute. Let me write my thing.
Let's see. I'm sending you something that's gonna ruin your day, possibly.
I love it when my day is ruined. I'm in charge. There she is. Boots is the cutest kobold.
I am in charge.
She is in charge. She, I know, she's an NPC that Tabitha originally came up with when she ran a one-shot for our old Horde of the Dragon Queen party. And Boots is originally a kobold from a thieves guild called the End of the Boar.
Huh.
Yes. That's
like that.
literally the name of the guild, because when you find the tavern, it's literally, the sign is literally the back end of a boar.
I love that.
Yes. Yes, so there's our kobold.
We did it.
And it is that time. So I love how we ended on kobolds. We started with mimics and we ended on kobolds. Like, that's just full circle for Dungeons and Dragons as a whole.
I think it's good.
I think she's
good.
adorable.
Good beginning, good end.
I'm definitely drawing a slod later though, because I want to draw one. Save this girl. So, all right.
Save, definitely.
Shave her and put her away.
I'm gonna save as well, just in case.
Right. Yeah. So
Okay.
flatten. There we go. Because I save in PNG for some reason.
I save all the things in PNG.
Yeah. PNG is the way to go. All right. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching tonight. Thank you for joining in. Sorry for a bit of a late start, because Draw Pile was being weird to us and it updated. So if you guys want to do Draw Pile anytime soon, please do the update. It's weird and
it's unpleasant. You have to do all kinds of stupid things.
It's an unpleasant update, and there's a thing where if you're going to go look for a server, you have to add a new server in, and so the new server is pub.drawnpile.net. So make sure to put that in, add it, and then all your servers come up. It's really weird, really confusing, and really annoying.
But we did it.
And we're proud of it, and we have
Yay.
it, and Drawpile's the thing we use. So Drawpile, sponsor us.
Yay!
Yay, we did it, guys. So yeah, thank you. Do we want to discuss what our next topic will be, or are we just gonna let that flow through whatever?
We'll have the Alistair Discord pick.
This is true. Alistair Discord. Yeah. Join the Alistair Discord by subscribing to our Patreon. And all the links to everything we talked about is down below. Talon and Claw with all their woodworking stuff, dice vaults, DM screens. We have a merch store that you can go check out where it's got, me and Lynn's art on it, and you can put it on your body, and there'll be Alistair stuff soon, and it'll be wonderful.
You can have Alistair on your body, finally.
You can finally have Alistair on your body.
The only time.
I know for a fact that I have West on my body, and I know Lynn has West on
I do too.
on the body as well. I have to work on getting Dis on someone's body at some point.
Please.
Yes.
I will riot. I need to get Grayson on someone's body too.
Oh, I'm down for that. Oh no, don't be sorry, Rosette. Never be sorry. We are so happy you showed up. We hope we can see you next time, because we are always awake. And we're always doing these things from 10 Texas time to the future.
Yes.
So that makes so much sense. So thank you for joining us, Rosette. Really, really
and
appreciate you stopping by. And everybody for joining us. I'm making heart hands even though you can't see it. But they're there. They look like this. Yes. That's what a hand looks like.
Yes.
That's 100% what my hands look like. I have exactly 7 fingers.
I love it.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, have a good night, y'all.
Have a good night. See y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.